Peace, everyone. Peace. Welcome to another episode of the Scoop of REX. As you all know, I've been promoting this new interviewee who is an entertainer. He is a fitness enthusiast, a stunt man. He is a black brother who just graduated from Full Sail University. And I want to make sure everyone knows that we have an educated black man coming on the show that has come from nothing, basically nothing, to something now. And he has a story to share with us. He wants to be able to let us all know about what he's been through and where he's at right now. Because I've actually known this guy just through social media, maybe for a few months now. I'm not sure, but I know that I started seeing different posts of his just pop up. And I'm like, who is this guy flipping around on my Instagram? Just flipping, And I'm like, okay. So and then I see another post of his, and he's dancing to some type of old school music. I'm like, what? Who is this guy? So then I noticed. I'm like, okay, let me click on his profile. So I clicked on his profile, and I seen that he's an entertainer, and I said, okay, so is he entertaining us by flipping around? Is this what he does for entertainment? I was kind of, I was a little confused, like, what is this guy doing? So then what ended up happening was I was like, So we spoke for like a couple of seconds in the DM, and he said, yeah, thank you, for following me, so forth, so forth. And I said, no problem, and he said, well, you can check me out here. And he sent his website. He said, make sure you check me out. He also acts as well. So I said, okay, let me go check out this guy's website and see what he does and why he is flipping around. So I went and checked out his website, and then I seen all this great stuff about him. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So this is what he does. And he seems to be very content and happy with, what he does. So then I seen something else recently of him, and I was like, he's a father. I was like, he's a father, he has a child. And I seen a little baby. I seen a woman standing on his back, and he was like doing some type of like push-ups or something. And she was standing on his back with a baby. And I was like, what in the world? Okay, now he's definitely a stunt man, because and his wife is a stunt woman because she up on his back. I was like, golly, what the heck going on with this family? I like it. I like it. Okay, cool. So then I was like, you know what? I'm about to have my podcast. Let me see if he's interested in being on my podcast, since he's in the entertainment industry. I have a lot of artists that follow me, and he might be able to point some people in the right direction as well as with him sharing. You know what? I said, I'm gonna wait until I speak to him, because I do want to know why she was standing on his back. I didn't I didn't actually watch the full video. I just know she was on his back. I was like, I think he's doing some type of exercise or something, and he was using her weight, or something. But the baby was on there, and they was just all chilling. It was like boom, boom, boom. So I was like, okay, they a whole family, acrobatic family, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so they all stunt people. That's what I was thinking. So he agreed to come on the show, and again, his name is Khing Jus Wurk. And for those who are just now starting to tune in, he is an entertainer. He is a college grad from Full Sail University. I seen him walking across the stage with a whole little robe on, cap and everything. And I was like, look at him, go ahead, black man. Got his little certificate and everything from that school. And that school is one of the schools that one of my children said they wanted to go to. So I was like, wow, look at him. He's doing the damn thing. He's proven, people wrong. Definitely. He done went to school and did what he had to do, and he chased after his dreams, and he's and like I said, he's also an actor, and he just does a lot. And I'm gonna let him get into more details. So I'm gonna welcome Khing Jus Wurk to my show, and we'll just take it from there. So here you go. Here we go.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello. Hello,
Yes,
hello.
I
How you
had
doing,
to
Miss
tell them
Harvey?
about you. I'm doing
You over there
good.
blushing? You can tell I'm over here blushing a little bit, a little shade lighter.
I
How you
mean,
doing, though?
I had to tell them. I had to tell them, like, you're just an incredible person from what I seen,
Thank you.
and from what the website I went to, and I don't normally go to people's websites. When they send me the website, I'm like, man, I ain't going to the website.
I
Like,
understand.
go check out. Go check out. I'm like,
The link is
I
on
don't
there.
know
It's
what the
right
heck I'm
there.
about to go listen to. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna see it. Just keep it right there too. And I said,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not finna go to his website. Like, I don't know what he's
After.
trying to get me to buy. What he want me to buy something? Like,
Nah, none of that. None of that. You don't even see that on my website. Time out. You know it's that, right? No, we're not selling no items. None of that.
no
Just me trying to get
sales.
myself out there.
It's all about Khing Jus Wurk and what you have going on and so forth. And I was like, okay, he has a lot going on. And I did my own little research and everything. And I'm like, this is cool. This is cool.
Thank you.
He's doing, and I'm very proud of you, for your accomplishments,
Appreciate
and
it.
then yes, and after reading your bio, I was like, wow, like you just never know what someone has gone through or is going through, because people are really good with smiling and just letting stuff go. So I just like,
I'm good at
wow,
that.
yeah, he's gone through some things, and I'm like, I really think that what he's gone through, other people can relate to, and you'll be
Definitely.
able to kind of guide these people in the direction, and let them know, okay, this is what I do, this is who I am, and this is what it is. So the floor's
You froze,
on
but
you right
I know you
now, and
said
it's
something.
about Khing Jus Wurk from New York to Atlanta.
Yeah, and many other places in between. well,
I bet.
thing about me, really sad from Redhook, Brooklyn, first and foremost. And as far as my background, it's the general background. Like I don't like to embellish too much about it. But my mother was on drugs, and my father was like 26, and my mom was 16 when she had me. So that was my beginning right there.
Mm,
Just like the typical hood beginning. And I went in a group home to foster care, and just being honest with you, like again, like my life was just like a typical young dude lost being in that environment. I was always looking for approval from other people. So that led me to selling drugs and robbing people. And it's like at first you're doing this to impress people, then it's becoming who you are. And I kept going to jail over and over, back to back. And it wasn't until I met my ex, who happened to be, she's a good girl from middle class baby. We have our issues personally, but that's another topic. And she told me about different things in life, like wine tasting, why don't you go to school? And even with her at the time, I wasn't really trying to do that. I wasn't even trying to, I was still myself at the time.
hmm
So towards the end, where it's the end of the relationship, and it's like either you get out or you change. I got to get out, and I tried to change. So here you see who I am now. In that process, I had to do a lot of self-reflecting. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know who I was. A lot of my friends, still some of my friends still talk to me every now and then. I lost association of who they was because I no longer knew who I was. But going to college opened my eyes up to a lot of different things. I would never say I'm smarter than people. I never say I'm better than people. But I went back to school when I was 30 years old. So after being in jail, being in solitary confinement, suicide wards, I'm being real life events is documenting stuff of things that happened to me. I went to college and changed my life at Full Sail, one of the most, you know, advanced colleges for film and industry. I went for accelerated degree program. And it was not easy to say the least. It's a very difficult program. It's a hand-on program, but you get a lot of knowledge from the school. Some people want to hate on it and say, "Oh yeah, so much money is a waste," but it's not really a waste. It's what you get from it, and what you use from it, and it is a prestigious school. You get to meet some great people, get to learn from some great teachers, some faculty who work with some Bon Jovi. I mean, real. You might meet a teacher that say, "I met
hmm
Bon Jovi, who's on tour with how you say Run DMC." I mean, honest, like there's a lot of mix of people. How you never know. Poetry, Most Def. I mean, I had a teacher talk about I met Most Def, and they get people to come to school. So Full Sail was a great experience. And when I went to Full Sail, I'm partying with everybody, and it was college, and I'm 30 years old. People drinking. You know what I mean? And you know how it goes college, so you might have people under 21 drinking. I can't keep going with these environments, so that led me going to the gym, the Jungle MMA in Florida, and that let me learn mixed martial arts. And that was the best thing for my life, like my career, because like I said, I was an angry person. I was in the streets doing dumb stuff. So now here I am on the mat, learning how to fight. And the first thing they told me when you went to the gym was, if you ever come in here and fight anybody, you ever go in there and hurt anybody in the streets, you can't come train with us no more. That was what 6, 7 years ago, and I've been training ever since. So when you said about the backflipping and the jumping, that's just me loving life, and then that's where everything came from in my brand being Khing Jus Wurk. Because when you say it all together, it's a state of mind. Khing Jus Wurk. We all kings. At first, I used to get mad as far as building a brand that people were stealing my brand. Like, oh, here King this and King that, because everybody wanted to trap for a
hmm
while. And see, I trademarked my brand Khing Jus Wurk. I trademarked it back 2014. So when I seen King at first, I was feeling like intimidated, like people trying to press my name when not. But that's not the truth. We all kings on right, kings and queens on right. So even going to school, I said again, taught me knowledge instead of having the ignorance of king's mine, king's mine. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start calling everybody king. I'm gonna start calling all my women queen. And I'm not just saying black women. Just there's a saying that we all strong as a people. I'm saying everybody had their all queen and then they're all king in them. They had their best and trying to strive to be themselves. So that's where the name Khing Jus Wurk from. Khing Jus Wurk. And when I'm working, I'm at my best. So that's where acting came. Acting came from me being in school, me learning how to fight, which I know 4 different styles of martial arts. Honestly, I have trained with people who have won belts, held titles, people in the UFC right now that I can call if I go back to the gym. I can train with. I'm not gonna say I beat them up because I'm not egotistical like that. But I can stay on the mat with these people when they'll train with me like I'm just somebody that train with them every day. That's how hard I've been training with, and I've been training with them for years. So me doing that lets me get in movie roles, stuntman roles, doing things in school, independent projects. And after I graduated, they were like,
Right.
yeah, after I graduated, like, you need to go to Atlanta. You know what I mean? Options. Atlanta, culture booming, Tyler Perry Studios out here. It'd be a good move for you to go out here. So as soon as I moved out here, I got into the Black Panther movie. I just being real, like the first week or two, I moved out here, I got into that, and then I was on set with Tyler Perry and The Watchmen, some music videos, different shows, and Little Women, and it's all independent. And while I'm doing these things, I'm training, and then my little fiance over here, which is my new sweetheart, God bless her soul, I love her. Now I mean, she followed me from school. We met in college. She's younger than me. Now I mean, she got on my shoulder. Hey, say hi. Yeah, you go. Yeah, she's younger than me, but we met in class. I wasn't out there in school just trying to, get snatch me young one up. But we met in class, and she's seen some of the things I went through, like you said, smiling or whatever, and the depression, just jumping from thing to thing, trying to touch different bases, not to take over the show. Speak too much. Miss Fabian, I don't know how the limit is, but I'm trying to touch all bases.
You
The
got
thing is
time. You
that
got time. I want people to be able to hear you and hear your story. So you have time.
Yeah, thank you very much for that too. I mean, because I don't know who watching. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, whatever. Just that this is. I want to be real and be able to touch base, let people know where I come from. The thing about it is, I've been at battle my life for a long time. Even now, you know what I mean. Even now, thinking about it, I get a little emotional because it's real. It's like as a black man saying it, it's like I'm not allowed to show emotion. And when I do show emotion, I'm chastised for it. And then everybody else around me gets to show emotion. I'm being real. Like I get to watch the world getting praise or being like, oh, that's strong, that's good for you, and how you overcame this and how you did these things. It's like when I say something about me and trying to reach for people that know me for like certain things that you just not said, because always people that I just meet online who give me the greatest positive vibes ever, who keep me going in strength. My friends from school, they keep me going in strength. Some of my friends from the past, not most, they keep me going in strength. But like when you change, they tell you to change, you feel so lost because now you change, but who are you now? So I'm doing so many different things because like I love who I am, I love what I'm doing, but like I still have the stress I'm going through, and sometimes I want to outlet, sometimes I want to say things, but it's not well received as the female counterparts. Know what I mean? Especially like I said, Caucasian people. Know what I mean? Different races of people. And I'm not just trying to generalize anything, but life is life, and it's what it is. It's like I could do all the things I'm doing. I can put my Photoshop together. I mean, I don't even Photoshop like that. You see my pictures. I work hard. You know what I mean? I'm showing anything what I'm doing. I'm paying for the IDMB, the backstage actor access. I'm taking the classes. I'm training, and I'm reaching out for mentors. Like, say, hey, can you mentor me? Can you teach me things? And I'm not even gonna say no name drop of artists who block me who's famous, because people that block me who's famous. I never insulted them. I never came at them
Hmm.
sideways, made no memes about them. I just reached out to them like, hey, you're a celebrity. I'm moving to Atlanta. Could I work with you? I work for free. I'm being real. I'm saying I got my education. I know how to do accounting, Photoshop. I shoot video edits for you. Everything you see me doing right now, I do by myself. Recording my music, everything I'm doing by myself. Man, I do this for you as an artist. Pre-law, everything I went through. I went for business graduation for Full Sail, not recording music, not for film and show pro, which are great programs. I went for entertainment business, so I know every aspect of business a little bit. So I'm offering to work with people, and it's like some people are intimidated by me because they tell you should know things and learn things, especially in hip hop community, saying things. But now that you know these things, people are intimidated by you, your appearance, or your confidence and the knowledge you have because you just took the classes. So here I am trying to come to Atlanta and work with people, but I can't even do that. So that's why you see me again doing different things. And like I said, again, touching on emotional things and saying, not trying to be too, what I mean? Not trying to be fake with it because people think you're trying to make a fake thing. Is I learned that everybody have their own problems. I mean, yeah, I cry, yeah, I'm stressed out, but it's like it's not nobody's obligation to cater to my problems. That's my thing about the world in general. You know what I mean? Because like it's weird what I'm about to say, but I want to say it the right way. You know what I mean? It's like everybody says the culture that black people need to get over certain things and like the Black Lives Matter and we're ignorant and doing certain things and we don't have opportunity, we want to make the best of it. But the thing about that is I'm living proof that given the right opportunity to do something different, that as a black man, I'll make the best of it because I did. You know what I mean? Because that's what happened. I had the opportunity to go to college. I had the opportunity to separate myself from my past and improve on myself. But it's like no matter how hard I try to get to that next level, doing the positivity, doing everything the right way everybody's doing, it's overshadowed by ignorance. You know what I mean? And stupidity of
Mm-hmm.
other actions of others. Like, and it's like, should I compromise my beliefs? Should I compromise my integrity and do the things that other people are doing because it's viral. People feel sorry for things that you put. Let me be real. People feel sorry for you when you touch their heartstrings and whatnot. Should I do those things? I'm like, no, I'm not going to do those things. I want to show people that it pays to be strong. It pays to be yourself and be happy and be you. That you could still strive and be yourself. And I mean, that you don't have to do these things, these gimmicks that everybody wants you to do because they only last for a short time. They don't last forever. And I learned this in school. I learned that in school. I learned that gimmicks don't last forever. That gimmicks and trends fade. That's why you got to follow algorithms and check, the graphs on Facebook and Instagram because it's always switching. People always clickbaiting and doing clout chasing stuff, but you don't know it's real. You might see somebody get
Mm-hmm.
hurt. You might see somebody get hurt talking about my family need money. We put together a Kickstarter for our family, and you give all your money to this family, and next week you find out they fake, that they got a Lamborghini outside or something like that. You know what I mean? Everybody sending the money, they ain't really need the money. You feel me? Like we live in a world right now where it's like the people that really need help, that really need to be heard, whether they background, whatever they color their skin, period, just want to be heard for just hard work and ethic, just want to change the world. They're not being heard because the computers or social media is not allowing people a voice. That's why I'm really happy that you allowed me to talk. You know what I mean? Be here to tell my story and tell what I went through. And as you see, I'm not just trying to single out any past experience or no situation in my life because it's not one thing that made me who I am today. It's everything that I've been through that made me who I am today. So I don't owe nobody anything. I'm glad to say that. I never stole nothing from nobody. Know what I mean? I didn't crush nobody. Know what I mean? So anybody watching and talking, now you reshare this. I'm a 100 person. I've been in a lot of different states and different cities, and I always show love. It wasn't really until I changed my life and bettered myself in my eyes to educate myself as a better person that I found myself more isolated from everybody else. Thank God I have my fiance right here, my daughter 7. Know what I mean? Because they do keep me going. I mean, because like I said, like sometimes being a person that grew up in a group home and being in the streets, sometimes I wonder, why do people get celebrated in and out of jail? Why do people get celebrated for doing the dumbest things? Know what I mean? But I've been in magazines and TV shows. I'm being real. I'm doing real like working, paying for some, the show. You know how you do as a hip hop entertainer. You gotta come out your pocket
Mm-hmm.
doing things. I'm investing. I'm trying to do things the right way myself, doing things. But all I'm met with in my own circle, the closer my circle is animosity, and that's the weirdest thing ever. It's like sometimes I
Mm.
feel like I was better off being who I was before, and I was an addict. Like I'm real. I'm telling you, I was an addict. Like you know what I mean, coming down south, being up north, popping pills, ecstasy, coke, all that. You know what I mean, I'm 36 years old now. You know what I mean, I try to be in and out of jail and everything. I don't do none of that shit now. I don't even drink. You feel me? Like the only thing I
That's
can say
good.
honestly, yeah, the only thing I can say honestly right now I do is 420, which is legally. I have investments on. I have legal investments in 420 industries, stock market industries, like for years now. When I was in college, being a business graduate, I did like presentations on the legalization of the cannabis industry and how it would grow, and how profitable it would be. My teachers always told me, if you want to make it a business, make it a business. Don't be up here talking about nickel bags and hydro and purple. I'm being real. My teachers told me know what it does and how the cannabinoids and sativas and indicas and talk businessly. So when I say that the only thing I really do partake in is cannabis because I donate to Normal. That's NORML, which is a great industry that people need to donate. If people that are watching right now, if you partake in cannabis or you're over 21, 18 years old, which you need to be, I'm not saying nothing about kids doing that because wait till you're older to do certain things. Normal is a great program. Normal is the people that's doing Prop 205 and Prop 213 in different states and legalization. It's cool to say I want to smoke bud and hey, it's going to happen to get legal, but like hey, partake in the active movement of hey, let me send $20 organization and be somebody that go to these meetings and, you know, I'm being real and actually vote for legalization of cannabis, because talking about that is another thing I'm very passionate about. As far as our culture, being African American community, it's a hard industry for us to get into, especially if you have a criminal background. You know, selling weed, no matter selling weed or drug of any kind, you can't get in the legal industry of cannabis. Now, I mean, that's a catch-22 for us. So like, this industry gonna blow up like Newports and liquor in a little while, and it's legal. It's gonna blow. So people that have like legal businesses and they're looking for money to invest in legally, the cannabis industry is a great industry to invest in, because it is good and it does help people through pain and suffering and eating and different, you know, different what it says, pain ailments and different things. Even some MMA fighters through CBD are using cannabis products. So that's one thing I'm passionate about as well, besides my training through and my music. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No,
No. I told you that I said that I wanted you to you know, let us know about Khing Jus Wurk. So the floor was yours, like I said. And so let me ask you something. You said that you was in group homes
yeah,
and so forth. You mentioned that also in your bio too, but you mentioned that you had parents that were drug addicts and so forth.
yeah.
How was it for you? How, at what age did you enter the system into foster care?
Well, be corrected. Like my father, even though we don't rock with each other, he don't like being confused as an addict. He will tell you never addict. My mom was an addict. I mean, like I say, she had me as a minor. And again, like I said, to each their own. Everybody practice different religions. Buddhism and Hinduism has helped me find peace. So in that process, I realized that my mother had addiction was finding her way, and I don't blame her for what happened. But like I said, it was very traumatic. I went through the system at 5 years old. Me, and my little brother. Um, like I said, you know, I remember what happened. I remember being taken away from my mother. You know what I mean? And it was,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, traumatic situation. Where I'm from Redhook Projects. I remember my mom crying. I remember them giving me and my brother, well, me, my shots, because I had my shots and stuff. I remember being separated from my mom. Let's say, you know, the the system is a bad place for kids to be if people don't care about the kids in the system. I made a presentation about that as well, and I said the kids in the system are the forgotten children. That's why I have issues, codependency issues. And I mean, because I want to appease people. I know that about myself, and I'm working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not people get mad at me when I say, you know, I'm not doing what y'all want me to do. I may sound cocky and arrogant when I say it now, but I really mean that now. I'm tired of appeasing people, and I get that from being in the system. And I mean, you always want to make people happy because you feel you make people happy, something bad gonna happen. I have seen a lot of things happen. They tell you in the system that you're going to graduate from being in group homes to being in jail to being in prison, and for the most part, I did almost two or three things. You know, they say I'm going to be statistic. They say I'll die at a certain age. I mean, real like it just it's the worst. But for those who go to good homes that have loving parents who care about them, they're the lucky ones. The good group homes that get donations, they the good group homes,
Mm-hmm.
but not all of them are like that.
Right. You know, I told you just so briefly when we was backstage. You know, I've gone through similar situations as you. You know, me and my siblings as well. We was removed from my mother's care around the same age, 4 years old, and 4, 5 around then. You know, my mother actually just left us. You know, so we ended up in the system. You know, just like you, but luckily I had a great grandmother that was alive at the time that was able to basically save us, you know. But I ended up
God bless.
going back into the system. I was in and out of the system, in and out of foster care, group homes, and so forth. Because once my great grandmother passed away, I was left with my grandma. She was doing the best she could, but she was an addict, you know. My mother was an addict. My father was a recovering addict, but he was a street boy. You know, he was in the streets and doing what he had to do. So I was with my grandma for the most part, and she did what she had to do as good as she could, you know, in the best way she could. But it was just like sometimes I just always end up in the foster care or in the group home and so forth. And I tell my children and other children about my stories, but it's kind
You
of
broke up
hard
with it.
for your children unless they hear it from someone else. You know what I mean? You know, they got to hear from someone else that actually experienced it themselves, someone who actually went through the system. My brother, who, you know, I wish he could have been tuning in right now to hear your story, because he struggles to this day because of what he went through, which was very similar to you, you know, and me, you know. And he's 34 and he still struggles, you know, with being a foster child, someone that was in a group home, being locked up in juvenile facilities. Same here with me. I was in juvenile facilities as well. I also had to deal with, you know, jail at one point in time. So, and you're telling the truth. They tell you from the beginning, from the jump, when you get in there, you're going to graduate and you're going to go into this place after that. They don't give you no hope in there. You know, nothing positive. They say nothing positive to you. Everything is just always negative, and you think that you're worth nothing when you end up in those situations because you're treated like crap in there. You know, and I know that us, the women, a lot of Black women are always, you know, coddled, and you know, and people always have our back, and they always tapping us on our shoulder. It's okay, girl. It's okay, girl. You know, you a good, strong Black woman. You doing it for your children. But there's so many Black men who've gone through the same exact thing as Black women, but they're not getting that same compassion. They're not getting that same, you know, love and everything like that. And they're not able to express themselves without being laughed at, or without saying, oh, you acting like a little bitch, or without saying that, you know what I mean? And it's important for you all to be able to express and say, hey, you know, I've been there, I've done that, this happened to me, and I'm hurt behind this, but you know, I've overcome it, or I haven't overcome it. But for you to be able to come on this platform, it's for you to be able to say, you know what, I did this. And you know what? I actually popped pills. I actually did coke. I actually was in jail, and I actually overcame that. And I actually went to college, and I actually graduated. I actually got my entertainment degree for business at Full Sail. I am proud of you. You know, I'm very proud of you, because not
Thank
many
you.
people can say what you just said. You know, and then woman, your queen right next to you. You have your child.
Yeah, she awesome.
You're
She back
being
there now.
yeah, you have your child. You're being everything that a lot of young Black men in that's your age wish they can do right now, but they still can't, because they haven't overcame what happened to them in the past.
That's the See, that's the thing though. That's what I'm saying. Like, she just said down to me. That's the thing I'm saying. Like, I be trying to sit down and write my thoughts together and put like, put my experience, because I don't believe in pity, because everybody has a purpose. I mean, that's why I try to find the right word. You see, I'm trying to express myself. You're right. You know what I mean? I have seen some of my male friends get cuddled. You know what I mean? But that's not my life. Like, I wasn't coddled. I mean, I was always told I had to be strong, I had to be tough. You know what I mean, I'm like, that's like always, like, no matter what, my
But you
did break
don't
down.
always have to be
Yeah,
strong, and don't always have to be tough. It's okay to say I'm hurt. You know, it's okay to say, you know what, I
I know that
need
now.
this woman next to me. It's okay. It's okay to, because you've gone through so much, and it's like, look where you are now with everything you've gone through.
I
You
know
know, you
that,
was
Miss
able to
Miss Fari.
overcome that
I'm sorry.
part.
Miss Fari, I said I
Yes.
know that now. I was gonna say I know that now. I'm confident enough to say now I'm allowed to feel. You know what I mean? Like, I know that not every time, because you don't need to. Like, the thing about it is, they said Buddhism and Hinduism. I've been baptized. You know, group home and foster care. They take you to church. You had to go to church. So I've been baptized. I've been holy communions. So it's not that I don't believe in God itself as God. The thing about it is, yes, when I went to college, it made me open my eyes about a lot of different things. So I'm not judging anybody about, their Christianity and, you know what I mean, whatever Baptist church. What I'm saying is that I found peace in myself within Buddhism and Hinduism. You know what I mean? And with that, it's like how you say, um, you just don't, you can't, I forgot what I was saying, you know, I get sidetracked. Yeah. But like, that just taught me basically, you can't be mad at nobody. You can't. Like, even though you want to, you know what I mean, you want to be mad at people, you can't. But everybody has their right to feel how they feel. You know what I mean? No matter who they are. And the higher powers that be, whoever they be, they will set me for that. I mean, and the thing about
Mm-hmm.
it is, the world may not. I notice the world doesn't. I mean, I don't know where I went, what I was gonna say, but the world doesn't believe that. It's like how you say, as a man, period, I see Facebook and Instagram always cracking jokes on men. Oh, you ain't this, you ain't that. You notice how a man don't pick up his kids. You notice how a man don't do this. You notice how a dude educated. You notice how a dude never had 3 out of 5. You notice how, I mean, real, everything is always about downgrading black men in general. You feel me? And if I go up there, my baby mom sitting right here, my child's mother, if I go up there and say anything other than that different, you know what I mean? I'm met with nothing but animosity as a man. Like, oh, know your place, you wrong, you know you ain't this, you know you ain't that. So I learned to stop saying that. Because again, everybody has their right to express their belief and how they feel. You know what I mean? About anything. But the thing about that is people don't realize they perpetuating a lifestyle over and over again by saying that, yo, I don't get it. Like, I know I'm jumping for anything, but this is it. If all, can I curse or something here? If God get beat or something, can I curse? I say like N words, stuff
You're
like that.
fine. You're
All
fine.
right. If all niggas ain't shit that a certain woman mess with, right? If all women ain't shit that a certain woman mess with, I'm not saying any woman in general, but if a woman say all niggas ain't shit, all she say all niggas ain't shit, right? The thing about that is the only common denominator in that math and that equation is that person. You feel me? So what you saying is the people that I'm choosing to mess with all ain't shit type. You know what I mean? So it's like, why don't the
Mm-hmm.
selection and why don't the post say more so I need to make better choices with who I mess with? You feel me? Why don't none of these
Mm-hmm.
good black men out here holler at me? Because this is the thing, I'm 36 years old. You know what I mean? Again, I was brought up in an age where we had standards. You know what I mean? Like a girl wouldn't really mess with a dude unless he proved he was who he was. You know what I mean? Like you can't say I had this and I had that, and a female will keep messing with you. It's like nowadays that happens more than often. You feel me? Everybody need to be accountable for themselves, men and women alike. You know what I mean? A man doesn't have to cater to a woman every need, and a woman doesn't have to cater to a man every need. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be there for your partner, whoever they are, whoever your partner is, the male or female relationship. Sometimes you gotta be there for that person. You know what I mean? You shouldn't put that person on blast. You shouldn't belittle that person. You shouldn't make them feel less than. You should just be there for them and be happy that they did and they care about you. You feel me? But
Mm-hmm.
like my experience in life, it hasn't been like that. You know what I mean? Like the world's weird. I can be honest with you. Like I don't know. Like, you ask me some questions because I don't know what you want me to say exactly because I don't like to talk about certain things. But
No,
just
you're
like
free to talk.
I done seen some bad shit. I done seen some terrible shit. You know what I mean? I done seen some like that's the thing about it. Like, you know, you hope for the best in the world. That's what I'm saying. Some people say it's a fake smile, whatever. But I done seen the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? Some of the worst things that happened to me. Like I done been molested. I was raped when I was younger. I mean, that's when I was a foster kid. You feel me? That shit should happen to dudes, but that's another thing dudes don't talk about. You feel me? I was mentally abused. I was physically abused by women. You know what I mean? But again, that's something dudes don't talk about. I was raped by a female, and that's something dudes don't talk about. And you may be like, hey, Frank, how would you rape by a woman? All right, if you let me stay at your house and I mess with your friends, right? You know I mess with your friends. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be obligated to sleep with you because I stay at your house. You sis, right? You fam, right? You know what I mean? You didn't try me, right? So now here we are in the middle of the night, everybody drinking, everybody left. Now you try me. You know what I mean? I don't want to go sleep on the streets. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I have to do to stay and get a roof over my head, right? Isn't that right?
Yes,
Again,
yes.
that's
Come
not
on.
something
So,
dudes talk about. Yeah, it's not stuff dudes talk
so
about.
this
My
is what
baby mom.
happened to you because you had nowhere to
Yes.
go.
That's what I'm trying to say. My baby mom saying here, I opened up, I don't mind. I said, I got a form to me about talk about shit. I said, I don't mind you asking me questions. I done been homeless up in the train. I slept in the A train. I never took none out of the trash. That's where robbery should come from. Know what I mean?
How old
Because
was you when you was homeless? Don't mean to cut you
I was
off.
14. I was 14 because I started I had a scholarship. It's funny. And then we laugh about it now. I got a scholarship, ABC program in New York. You ever heard of that? Know what I mean? I got a
We have an
scholarship to private
ABC
school.
program in Boston.
Yeah, I was that smart. You know what I mean? I got a scholarship. But
Hmm.
then I was stupid because when I got a scholarship, I messed up. So again, I took responsibility for my actions. But again, I was only 14. So my mom put me in circles of bad people who had bad influence around me. So I went from being a good football playing student with good grades, I was a high honor roll and all that, to somebody who was selling drugs. Because the older dudes want to tell me that I have to sell drugs and rob people and stuff to be cool. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, I'm young, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna start doing. So at 14 years old, I just started robbing people, but I never robbed people that work. You know what I mean? I robbed people that hustle. And that's the thing about it. I'm not saying it. They know how the game go. You know what I mean? It's what it is. You feel me? Like people that work, they civilians, they innocent. You know what I mean? That's another thing about how the world works today. You dig? It's like too much bad stuff happening to people that I mean, real. I'm not condoning nothing in my lifestyle. You feel me? I'm trying to say in the past, I'm not condoning
Yes.
nothing. But what I'm saying is, too many things happen to people that shouldn't happen to because people not caring about their neighborhoods. They're not caring about their reputation or their friends, their friendship and lifestyle. So like I said again, let's say again, like I said, I just seen the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? I didn't travel all around the United States. I done been to up and down the East Coast, fucking Texas, LA, Cali, and California, South Cali, you know what I mean? Kentucky, Tennessee. I remember like I didn't just travel around doing me, surviving, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that's why I said I jump from thing to thing. You know, my baby mom know that. You know what I mean? Because so much in my head, so much that happened. But that's why I said like I don't feel like people understand me. You know what I mean? No matter what I say. You feel me? People like, oh, that's some bullshit. Oh, you making them some stuff up. Like, no. People been with me some of these situations. You know what I mean? Like this like my life is like a movie. Am I lying? Like my life is like a real life movie. You feel me? Like it's shit crazy, you know what I mean? But like I survived it. So yeah, I'm mad about something that happened, some of the losses that I took because it hurts. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I survived it. Some of my friends didn't survive. Some of my friends in jail. Some of my friends are dead. You know what I mean? But I'm still here. You know what I mean? And I'm still going. I have possibility, the potential for my future. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's just like I don't know. It's a long journey. I mean, like I said, thank God for being able to go to college, and I have to thank my ex for that. I'm not gonna knock it. You know what I mean, even though we don't get along, and I really don't. Like I said, I hate her guts plainly. You know what I mean, because we don't talk to each other like that. But it was her motivation, her assistance that sent me to Full Sail. Without that, you know what I mean, assistance, I wouldn't be who I am right now. You know what I mean? So I thank her for that. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
but prior to that, yeah, prior to that, you know what I mean? Like in and out of jail every 6 months. I told you because it's stupid. I tell you, like it's the mentality you have when you just accept your reality as you. This is what you do. Every 6 months you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna get 1129 to get probation. Now I mean you pay your probation until you don't want to pay your probation no more. You feel me? Then you flatten out your time. I mean, real become a cycle until you want to break the cycle. You know what I mean? And then like you see some of your people doing the cycle. But one of my homeboys, my big homie, called me the other day, and he was like, "Yo, I'm proud of you because you give me the strength to keep going and do me." You know what I mean? If you could do it, anybody could do it. Because I blacked out. I was in a coma off of bars. You know what I mean? When I say pills, like when I say I had to pop pills and do drugs, crazy retarded shit, like I'm talking about like 12 bars in the night, dumb stuff. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
wanted to die, slow suicide. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really care about nothing in life at the time. You know what I mean? But like I said, again, I think my ex situation with the kids that we had together, you know what I mean, helped me open my eyes. I'm gonna open my eyes at the time. And then going to school, losing my family, which again, we're not speaking terms, didn't work out for in that situation. That made me
Mm-hmm.
keep going to improve on myself. That's who I am today. I mean, yeah, I just don't know. Like I don't like tiptoeing on certain things, touching certain topics. But you can feel free to ask me any questions on any subjects. She knows the manhood, so I'm not gonna bite my tongue on it. Yeah, like that thing about you said about me being raped. You know what I mean by a female. The thing about it is females act like they're the only ones that's quote unquote good on sex. You know what I mean? Good at sex. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you hear it, I'm so tight, I do this, blah, blah, blah. When you have to survive like that, and female joke like that, female joke about that, you know what I mean? You probably know women that say these things. Like, oh, all they do is sling dick and cook food. You know what I mean? Help, he good with my kids. That's how you survive. You know what I mean? And that's how I survived for a long time. My aunt called me a womanizer. You know what I mean? Before. And it made me offended. Yeah, she's like, you're a womanizer because it's like if you know that's all you have to do, you know what I mean, to deal with certain type of woman, you're gonna do it to the best of your ability. That's how you survive. But sometimes, females talk like men do. You know what I mean? And because you never have nothing like your own, I never had none of my own form of school, so I changed my life. Always had depending on women for things they did and the things they wanted in that aspect. Oh, my fault. Oh, yeah. I always depended on women for the things they wanted in that aspect and gave them that power and that control of my life. So, how you say, as far as that, and I get my life together now, I'm proud to say how you say that I'm happy to be me. I mean, I'm not. Okay, I don't know how to do it in my head. I'm not. How you say? It's weird now. I'm not. I'm not judging nobody for their lifestyles. Now I mean, again, because I said I had my past and I did the things I did. What I'm saying is that when you using your physical to survive, it defines who you are, no matter if you're a man or a woman. You know what I mean? I didn't know you was
Right.
going somewhere in that. But that's what I was saying. You told me that
No,
part of
I'm here.
life.
I'm here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about that part of life. And you said a lot of men don't talk about it, but if you ask any dude, there's probably some dude that can relate to that. Just that something men don't talk about. It's like more of a pride thing. Like, oh, it's cool, but sometimes it's bad when you flip the script and you say them dudes have kids with women they don't want to have kids by. Remember, right? Like them
Mm-hmm.
dudes want to have kids. So how you think the situations occur? You know what I mean? And they still be in the same way they are. They never grow up. And I was caught in that cycle myself. So again, like I said, yeah, that happened to me, but I take blame for it because I should have my own place, right? I'm a grown man, right? I should have my own place. I shouldn't have been staying in nobody's house. You know what I mean? So I put myself in situations. But you know what I mean, now again, I'm proud to have my own. Like I love her to death, but like I let her know my name gonna stay everything. I make sure I pay my own. You feel me? Like I want to make sure I contribute
Mm-hmm.
and I pay my own way. I don't want to be taking care of nobody. Somebody need to help me sometimes. And I feel like I said that's how relationship should be. Nobody should have to cater to anybody 100%, like that at all.
Yeah, yeah, that's true in a lot of cases, But I'm proud that you was able to come out of that whole entire situation that you was in.
Man, thank
So
you.
moving to Atlanta, was that the best move that you've done out of all the places
Oh,
you've been to?
yeah, honestly, to tell you the truth, like, it's peaceful. It's my new life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hustled for a long time. In jail, I was a D boy, whatever, do boy. People call me 'cause I put in work for people. I don't know how to say. I didn't have no control of my circumstances, so I call this my new life. Right now, let me be real with you. Like, this is my new rebirth. So it's all new to me. You know what I mean? And yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
fun. Yeah, it's fun. Like, I'm loving it. I've been in movies. I've been on sets. Now I've
I
been in
know, I
Wakanda.
know.
You
I
feel me?
know,
Like,
I
yeah.
know, I know, I know. You was in Black Panther. I was like, wow, that's like dope.
I,
So
I seen I seen Tyler Perry yell at Tiffany Haddish. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. I seen it. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. He did like Atlanta's opportunity, and I'm just out here to network. And I said it's a good place to be. You know what I mean? So I can't just say like it's the greatest place on earth, but it's just fun.
someone I got a comment from Ashley Stevens. She said if the relationship is real, everything would be 50-50. This is what I have to say. This is my input on this. I feel like it shouldn't even be 50-50. It just needs to be 100-100. Y'all both need to put in your all, not half, just your all into a relationship. So there won't be nothing hanging. Nothing hanging. Like just put your all into it. 100-100 all the way.
that's
Because when you leave that extra 50, that's when you leave room for problems.
that's what Miss Fari like. That's Fari. That's what I'm trying to say. I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? It goes with everybody. You have to be 100% and with everything. Honesty, transparent. When you I made mistakes in my past, but there's no regrets. I learned from it. Is that you had to be honest. You had to be all in with that person you with now. You have to be. If you're not all
Hmm.
in, then keep dating different people. That's it.
Yeah, that's what happens. You end up dating new people and
Yeah,
all that stuff like that. Just put your all into it. Um, my next thing I have to ask you. So, how long have you been in Atlanta?
I've been alone 2 years now.
Just 2 years. Let me tell
Yeah,
you. So, you said that you've been all these different states and places, and you was in group homes, foster homes, locked up, juvenile jail. Like I said, we've gone through the same exact thing. And you know what? My final destination was Atlanta too. And
yeah.
that was my final destination. It was Atlanta, and I was there so long it became home. You know, and I just never wanted to leave. I just recently left Atlanta, but I'm
Oh
coming
yeah, I would
back.
say we need the link. I would say we need the link. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say we need the link. You know what I mean?
I just recently left. I just recently left, but I'm going back home. Because my heart really is not up north. My heart is down south. That's home.
As far as
So
can I ask you can I ask you one question real quick
sure.
too? How you feel about that? That's another thing too. I got 718 tatted on my stomach, 973. You feel me? I have a tat on my stomach. The thing about it is because I moved around so much, like you said, that's where I was born. That's my home. I have love there. I still have people out there that got love for me out there. But like you said, it's like it's time to lay my head at home. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking about
Where
making,
you found peace
Atlanta.
at?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, because there's too many memories back there in New York, like up
Mm-hmm.
north. I think about just staying down here, just picking somewhere. You know what I mean? And pick a home.
Mm-hmm. I found peace. I found peace in Atlanta. That's where I found peace at. So I stayed. I mean I done Boston, New York, Chicago,
That's a
Cali,
blessing.
Vegas. I was like everywhere. You know what I mean? And out of all the places I was at, Atlanta is where I felt comfortable,
It's
you
cool.
know?
Relax.
It was
Truly,
just it was the hospitality and everything, you know. So I just never left. I never left. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna raise my children here. I'm gonna have my children here. This is where it's gonna be, you know, in
it's not
Atlanta.
bad.
And yeah, it's not. I mean, you know, me being a original city girl, you know, not the city girl thing they talk about now, them hoes, not that city girl, but
Yeah,
me being a city girl
yeah,
from
yeah,
me being a city girl from up north, you know, going down south was like slower. You know what I mean? Everything was just
yeah.
slower,
You
especially
gotta adjust.
living in Cali because I was back and forth from Cali to the east to the west, east to the west, from Oakland to the East Coast, Oakland to the East Coast. So it was like, well, this is a little slow, but you know, I can dig it. I can rock with it, you know? So that's what I did. And I really like, I know, well, I can say I relate to what you've gone through. You know what I mean? And how it's just so funny how you end up in Atlanta. And I think what it is that's because I think Atlanta is because of the hospitality and so welcoming, you know, it's so
It is.
welcoming. It's so welcoming there. So
It's
I can
creative.
see why you're there.
And it's fiery too. It's creative too. Like to each their own. Like the whole LGBTQ and why I don't know if that's a real thing right now, but you know, shout out to them each their own. You feel me? I don't judge nobody. You feel me? That you New York is the same thing. You know what I mean? You feel me? If you're in New York City, any major city, you have your culture of that there. You know what I mean? But if you're not that way, you're not gonna bother you like that. You know what I mean? Because it has nothing to do with
Mm-hmm.
you personally. So Atlanta has it, you know, kind of strong, especially being creative. But still, if that's not you, they respect
Mm-hmm.
you. You know, yeah, they respect you, and you know what I mean. It's still creative side of culture because everybody's shooting movies out here, different fashion lines out here, different TV shows being shot, movies out here. So it's a great place to be. So I'm happy to be in Atlanta right now. And if you listen right now, because it's on me focusing, I do my own stunts. You know, as you just said, Miss Farley Shaw, Miss Farley the Scoop. Now I'm in Khing Jus Wurk here at Khing Jus Wurk on IG and everything, justwork.com. Know what I mean? But it's good to be in Atlanta and I have my own stunt pad equipment. I know how to fight. I know how to do stunt choreography for fighting. I do my rolls and tumbles. I can fall. I get beat up for your movies. You know what I mean? So hey, Atlanta, I'm out here. Yeah, I'm just saying you have me doing my own, doing a little plug. But yeah, it's a good place to be. Like I said, like you know what I mean. Yeah, the culture getting a little bit too much flame. We ain't gonna take the show because I know we start talking about that stuff. It take a whole nother lane. You know what I mean? Because it's a real intense topic. But you know what I mean? We are people too, heterosexual, cisgender people. So just because an area claim to be a certain thing, don't mean you shouldn't go there and see what it's about for yourself. So I love it. I'm here. You know what I mean?
That's great that
And
you put
I
that
don't know.
out there. Cause yeah, it's great that you put that out there because you really only gonna be around what you allow yourself to be around. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. Cause Atlanta, you know, there's it's hella homosexuals there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
shut it
But
down.
yeah, it's
I
hell of
shut it
them. Like,
down. No, Miss
but
Farley, you
especially
say I'm the guest. I'm the guest. I say I shut it down. My being back there, it's just the thing about it. You know what I mean? I'm saying it like, yo, I look good. Thank
what
God. I
she
feel that
said.
now. She here do the baby. I know I look good. You know what I mean? And it's a hard thing to say because I used to be a rough looking dude. You know, I go with the whole drugs and I would take care of myself. But you know, because I'm down here and the whole movies and fitness thing, having the old abs together, because I can stand up and do it, but I want to be Rudy show. But being fit and whatnot, yes, women and dudes be hollering at me sometimes, but like I be telling the dude, because they don't come at me personally, like walk up to me like, yo, what's up? Know what I mean? Which has happened once or twice, and I just be like, hey, no, I'm not interested. It's the DMs. Know what I mean? Like, you know, people
The
in my DMs
dudes
is
literally holler at you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
You be
DMs
in
mostly.
Midtown, don't you? You be in Midtown,
No, like no, that
downtown area,
happened
huh?
twice. No, that happened twice, like in person. But it's really DMs with social media. Cause you see my pictures.
Oh,
Yeah, you see my pictures. And my
that
friends say, my friends say, oh, your pictures, Frank. You need work. My fault. Work. You need to chill out. Work. You know what I mean? Your pictures with the whole
that's
shirt
what
off
it
and doing
is.
stuff.
It's your pictures. It's your pictures,
See,
King
but that's
Work.
still
It's your
gender.
pictures.
But that's still gender. That's
It's,
still gender. That's still putting me in a box. Like, why can't I? If LeBron take a picture with his shirt off and he do it, he don't get inbox like that. If he do, people don't
he
bother him. You
definitely
feel me?
does. You
That's what I'm
know he
trying to
do.
say.
Like
That's what I'm trying to say. You feel me? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say happens. But I tell them, I give them three tries. I give them three chances. I say stop. You know what I mean? And then they say the second time, I'd be like, look, if you do this another time, I'm gonna screenshot you. I'm gonna put you on Instagram. I'm gonna put you on Facebook. I'm gonna tell everybody you're doing this. You feel me? And then if they do it the third time, then I expose them. Then they stop. That's my rule. You heard? I tell them what they do. Yeah.
so they some
Yeah.
down low brothers. They some down low
Sometimes it
brothers.
be, sometimes it be like, that's the thing about it. Like, see, I don't see these topics need to be discussed, and I'm happy to have a forum to discuss it because hey, people at home. But yes, these topics need to be discussed. It's like to each their own. I don't mind. Like, remember Genuine, the whole tranny trying to kiss him.
Who
Remember
tried
that?
to kiss who? Genuine.
Genuine. Yeah, he was on the
Oh,
show and
I
the
think
transsexual
so.
tried to kiss him. See, the
I
thing
wouldn't
about
doubt
that
it. I
is,
mean, look, he's hella pretty. Probably a guy probably did try to kiss him a whole bunch of times. Like,
so he should have the right. He should have the right to say no. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like this is the thing. To each their own. You know what I mean? So,
mm-hmm.
but the thing is, if I don't want something to happen a certain way, I should be able to say no. Don't talk to me like that. And the thing about being in Atlanta, or any art, because it happened to me in Orlando, right? Remember? She said, yeah. She right there. Didn't it happen to me in Orlando? Yeah, right. It happened to me, right? A few
She's
times.
like, take
I
the
showed her my
camera off
tweets.
me, man. Take it off.
Yeah, but see that's the thing, like it's like sometimes the communication go like one time I had a photo shoot, like a modeling photo shoot, and dude like, yo, I want you to dress up like one of these characters, remember like the cartoon character from the black guy from Lilo and Snitch. In the suit, he's like, I want you to be because it's Disney. So he wanted to be the guy from Lilo and Snitch, the black guy. From Lilo and Stitch, the cartoon,
What?
the detective guy. He's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I
yeah,
want you to
yeah.
be that. So I'm like, cool. That's great. He had a little tone by himself, but I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna mind the tone. I'm not gonna assume nothing. I got family that's way. I'm from New York. I've been to the village. You know, man. You feel me? East Young. So I'm like, cool. So he texted me, hey, do you mind being nude a little bit? I'm like,
No,
nah, I don't
the
mind.
guy,
Yeah, I'm
huh?
like, yeah. See, but look, I'm like, nah, it's artistic, right? Right, that's the rule. It's artistic. I went to art school. I went to Full Sail University. I don't mind being nude. I'm partially nude for artistic value. You know what I mean? But as a man, you're not gonna degrade me or make me feel less than, submissive. Cause that's not my image. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I'm like, okay, I don't mind being partially nude, take my shirt off, whatever, for this the shoot. But then he started calling me boo. Like, yeah, okay,
Mm.
boo. I'm like, hey, hold up. Remember? She's smiling. She's smiling. She's smiling, right? You see that, right?
Yo,
He
man.
started calling me boo before the photo shoot. Yeah, before the photo shoot. He started texting me like, okay, boo, you ready for the shoot? I'm like, time out. Don't call me boo. You know what I mean? Don't call me those terms. Don't call me boo. Don't call me back. Yeah, I'm
I'm
like, that's
sorry.
demeaning. You good. I like you good because it happened
Oh
and
god.
man, we should be able to talk about it. We should be able to say it in a
Oh
joking way
god.
so they know this happened.
Oh
So
god.
he I had to cancel the photo shoot.
Whew.
Basically, that's what
Oh
I do
gosh.
because that's what I'm trying to say. You fill it out. Now I don't mind interacting with them. I'll go out and hang out with them. Right? I'm real. I'll go
She
out to
said
hang
like
out.
a
I'll go out and
snack.
hang out. But the thing about
You
it is,
got
no, I
you.
won't go
She
out.
said
No, I won't go and drink alone.
that
Late
guy
night
was
with
looking at you
somebody.
like a snack. My
Yeah.
friend said.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. We can't be scared to interact with people because
Oh
they may
gosh.
be homosexual, right? I mean, honest, right? Because in the creative world, that may happen. You may work with somebody may be gay. You know what I mean? So you can't be nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you're gay, you're free. You know what I mean? Because you may work with somebody that's that way. So the thing about it is they have to understand too that you can't talk to me a certain way. You can't treat me a certain way because it makes me uncomfortable. I have the right to be
Right.
uncomfortable. I mean, yeah, I'm a
They gotta
person with feelings too.
respect you. It's about respect, man.
That's what
Like
I'm
that's
saying.
simple as that.
And right, remember the
Respect.
3 rules, right? I give them 3 times, right? See, she said
But
exposure the third time. Yes, I never get no pictures, nobody body. Girls holler at me too, right? She see those. See, girls holler at me. We get. The girls are more aggressive, right? The girls are more aggressive. They be sending me like pussy pics and everything. You know what I mean? Like out of the blue. I'm like, whoa, why do you send me this? And they like, I just want to say hi. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? That's nice. That's weird. Internet is weird.
well, I will say this because I talk. I'm gonna be so upfront. Like I always speak about guys who take pictures that are showing off their V line and their bodies and so
I
forth
know, I
like
get
that
it.
because it attracts. It looks homo because all these
Are you
guys are
right?
watching them. All these guys are watching them, and then and like you just said, they hopping in your DM. Like what?
Speak freely. You
Like
cool? I respect it. You
you
right?
know, they hop into your DM and they're like, okay, he must want the D because he's showing his V line and he's showing just
Yeah, the
doing
V
all
line
these
thing. She said the V
the
line
V
thing.
line, that V
The
line, like
argument.
that right there is just like I don't know, it's just a lot. You get what I'm saying? And I'm
But
like,
you're
dang,
right.
like it's a lot, and that's why they coming into your DM because they're like, yeah, he want this,
But I don't do
because
no
he's showing
submissive
it
stuff though.
to the
But I don't do no submissive. You see how I carry myself. I'm not submissive in any way. So I'm not giving that vibe. That's the thing about it. Like If I said it's sexist, and it's like I don't knock none of the women because the women doing their thing. You feel me? And I told my girl I don't want her to get over there and do booty shots, right? Like I told her, I told her I'm not gonna get out there twerking, but I'm like, how can I take a picture of my shirt off and either get some dude in my DMs or get blocked for doing it? Then the female can take a picture bent over and she get like 1,000 likes. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, yo, I'm trying
And
to.
she out of line too. She out of line too. Simple as that. She out of line too because she shouldn't be showing her stuff to the world either. Like she just, I mean, there's some things just keep to yourself, especially these chicks that are
You know
bending
what I
over, like you
mean?
said, showing their box, like all on. Nah, like
You know what I
that's
mean,
uncalled
Miss
for.
Fiery, wisdom. There's a difference between working out because there's some women out there killing it. They be killing it, going harder than I do, doing some amazing stuff. Then there's the ones
Hmm.
that's not doing nothing but just, and they get. I'm like, yo, and I can't say nothing because, like I said, I'm a conscious dude. I don't say woke because I don't like the term woke. I think people should use that
Yeah,
term,
right,
describing
right,
themselves.
right.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. It's like I just say, yo, hey, I you could do that differently. If you I do fitness, if you're really doing fitness, why don't you move the camera a little differently and then do it
Right.
differently? I get yelled at by the person making the pose and all the dudes on the post thirsting, like, oh, what's wrong with you? You must be gay or something. I'm like, nah, I'm not that. Like you heard me. See this thing, my being right here. She said, hey baby, do you have any concerns about my sexuality? Thank you. I can ask her to any girl that been with me. You know what I mean? Like I love women in general. Like women are beautiful, the most beautiful creatures on this earth. You know what I mean? I'm ashamed for perpetrating a stereotype of a black man who emasculated, who womanizes women. You feel me? Because that's what I was. Because I had to survive that way. You know what I mean? It wasn't until didn't I tell you right? Let's say it, and I admit it. It wasn't until I stopped using the drugs. It wasn't until I took accountability for who I was. And it was hard. I'm trying to say, like, it was hard for me to do that I changed these actions. So she know, and I told her, like, I told her, and I'm joking. I'm like, yo, babe, you ain't always got me going nowhere. I may flirt. I mean, I made her heart get tough for that. I mean, I may flirt and joke. I mean, women like pictures, and that's why I give her props. She said right there, me saying it. I may like somebody pictures and whatever going on, but you ain't got to worry about nothing. Know what I mean? She don't check. I mean, real. She ain't got to worry about nothing. And some women, but oh, you got to block their Facebook, you got to block their Instagram. I'm like, nah, she ain't got to worry about that because if that's all it takes for me to like somebody's picture, for them to get at me, some other stuff, I'm not, I'm not that slow. I'm not that, not slow. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not that easy to obtain. You know how I go. You feel me? I'm not. It's not. I don't. I'm liking pictures because I'm being social. People that's social media. You feel me? I'm just being social. I want to network and build. That's what it's for. I'm not networking. It's so funny. You could like some. I could like somebody page. I don't know if it happens to everybody sometimes. And then I get a request about, hey, go to my fans only page, make a donation, here's my cash app. It's one of the few. Here's my fans only page. Here's my cash app if you want some private pictures. I'm like, yo, look, I was just liking the feed. They was, you know me, I thought you did fitness. Fitness girls.
So it's the fitness girls pictures that you're liking, and
Two.
you.
Not all, not all. You gotta. I learned to wean it through. Like I said, I learned how to wean them through sometimes. It's not all. Some of them really be going hard and doing their thing, but then you have the ones in there actually just. I need cash out. You know what I mean? Give me some money for looking at my body. It's like, yo, look, I'm not trying to get involved. I'm not that guy. I'm not tricking on you. I don't want to cash out you with no money. I'm not. I'm just trying to network and expand and be very social and build on my brand. You know what I mean? And I'm a cool guy. Like if I gotta. What? If I gotta pay to spend time with you, am I doing that? It's like, why? Why would I? What the hell? Like, I'm not the best looking dude. I'm not Rico Suave. You feel me? Somebody love me. So it's like, I'm not gonna
This
pay nobody
is
yeah,
this
go ahead.
happening on Instagram?
Instagram mainly. I
You
mean,
know what it
Instagram
is,
mainly.
right? You know what the main thing is? It's because you got that blue check next to your
No,
name.
before, no, it was worse before I got the check,
It, it's they see
right?
that check and they see that check and then they see a check. They
No,
see
it
the
was worse
check and then
before
they
I got
see a
the
check.
no, it was worse before I got the check. Am I lying? It was worse. It was worse before I got the check. Now I mean, the check don't really mean nothing. I don't even know I got the check. And I mean, honest, I'll be telling people like you paid for it. I'm like, yo, I don't know how I did it. I do a lot of things. You know what I mean? It's like it's insulting because you're
It's
right.
because you got the check because you're clearly verified. You're on ID, what's that called? The
IMDb, the movie thing.
Internet Movie Database. You put your name in, you pop right, yeah, Internet Movie Database. You put your name in, you pop right up on the Google search in that little I forgot what it's called, that category for the celebrities. You know what I mean? You pop
Yeah, I
right
know what
up.
they.
Like
Hey, I ain't nobody
Like,
special yet, though. Thank
but
you.
that's why your check is there. Like your name pops up. Like because that's all it takes is for you to be able to be searched on Google, like and pop up like that. But you have to come up in that database right there. You
Hard
know,
work. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, that's all it is. Like you've done enough to get to where you are right now. So
Thank
that's
you.
why you got it. Simple as that. But I know that a lot of he's someone said he's right. I see that every day. Oh yeah. Yes, okay. So Ashley said that you're right. She sees it every day. Like people expect money, from you for different reasons, and to see their
That,
body. Just no morals, no morals, as
no,
she
that's
said.
why. That's why it's like. That's why you don't see me selling things on my page. You know what I mean? Like I'm 36. I'm saying that I'm happy. I'm 36, and like I said, my experience, not one experience made me who I am today. It's every experience that compiled that made me who I am today. So like how you say, I don't want to sell just who I am to people. I want people to know who I am, but I don't want to sell it to
Mm-hmm.
people. That's why my music, if you go online, my music is for free. It's on Spotify and everything. It's on SoundCloud. I own all my music. I give it out for free. My website don't have no merchandise on it. It just has me doing stuff because I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a rapper. That's why I went to Full Sail. I want to be a rapper until I learn the industry of hip hop. And it's like to each their own again. I mean, but
And
it's not
everybody
just
check
hip
out his
hop.
website. It's justwork.com. I went to it. He has a really great
I made it
layout. It's an
myself.
amazing website. So check out his website, y'all, and see what he do. And it will lead you to other things, and you'll learn more about him because that's how I learned. So yeah.
As far as you want to hear something about the hip hop industry, this is what I'm trying to say. If you want to know about music yourself, be creative, all right? You know what I mean? Just be creative. It's better to make music that's from your heart. That you know what I mean? No matter what it comes. If you love school, make music about school. You know what I mean? If you love the streets, say, hey, make music about the streets. You know what I mean? Just make sure it's true to you. But think about it is no, there's no real money in hip hop, in music, period. Not hip hop, pop, rock, whatever it is. There's no real money in music. There's money being a music manager. There's money making beats. There's money in on the club. There's money in setting up for a show, for artists and rock and roll, whatever. But there's no real money in just being a rap artist. It's illusion. You know what I mean? You can
Mm-hmm,
make a lot
mm-hmm.
of money, but only like the top 10% of the industry make any viable income to live enough to make, hip hop, period. And I mean, real, like, there's no tours. See, that's the thing about it, too, that you realize so sad. I want to be heavy. We make it. We hip hop not supposed to be dangerous. It's not supposed to be dangerous. It wasn't dangerous in the beginning all the time. It's not supposed to be dangerous. It's a gathering thing. We come together. We hear beats. We freestyle. We break dance. We get lit. We have fun. We go back home. We talk about it. That's hip hop. You know what I mean? But somewhere along that line became we go out. We have fun. We hear music. Somebody gets shot. You know what I mean? Then the club gets shut down. See, that's the problem. Nobody can have a tour no more. Nobody can go to the club no more. You feel me? And that's where the money's being made. That's where the fun's at. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's talking about online shows and we're gonna go online and sell our merchandise and virtual reality shows. If that becomes the reality of hip hop music, it's not rap no more. That's some BS, wannabe fake, whatever. You know what I mean? Like hip hop is coming to your people. Hip hop is coming to your area, doing a block party and being around the neighborhood. You're from New York. You know what I mean? And people from New York did it. People from Chicago went up New York. They go to different areas and they do it. It's like people do that when I jump from thought to thought. It's like people do that. People used to do that because it was fun. But now you go to different hoods, you gotta check in. Why you gotta check in? The white artists don't check in when they go to different cities. Know what I mean? They go to different cities and do
Right.
shows. They good. Know what I mean? People happy. They come to the hood sometimes. Like, oh my gosh, you see so and so in the hood. Know what I mean? They out here. You know what I mean? Chilling with us. It's a white artist. Know what I mean? And then they get protection. They get free bud and everything, bottles and everything. But let it be a black artist in the hood. You know what I mean? It's hanging out. Now,
Mm-hmm.
let me just say one thing about that. Now, if you're a black artist or ethnic artist, you talking junk, you in the hood, you get robbed, you deserve it. You know what I mean? Because you feel me? Because you were talking junk about that hood and you in that hood. So you was calling them people to you. But nobody should have to check it nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, look, I'm here to do a show. I'm here to show love to your city. You know what I mean? Show love to me too. You know what I mean? Ain't no love. I got to check in with you. You know what I mean? You feel me? And if you
Mm-hmm.
want to make
Mm-hmm.
you gonna make somebody else check in, make somebody check in that should check in. Don't make me check in. Help me have fun. Know what I mean? Show me your neighborhood. You feel me? That's the thing about hip hop culture that's missing. We watching a hip hop show. What's the name of it? I'm I'm gonna drop it. They ain't paying no bills. You feel me? But we watch hip hop show. You feel me? And the thing about it is They keep talking about all these older artists who don't drop no knowledge. This is the scoop Miss Fari. That's what we talking about. The scoop Miss Fari. We vibing. We ain't dropping no name dropping
Mm-hmm,
episode. Nah, I mean,
mm-hmm,
you have to
you
watch
know,
this one. And yeah, we want to talk about this one right here. But the thing about it, they talking about how the hip hop changed. Know what I mean, and during that process, they were saying how different artists back in the '90s know each other because they all work with each other. Repeat that. They
mm-hmm,
all work. They
mm-hmm.
all travel with each other. So why now all the artists right now want to kill each other allegedly? You feel me? Like it's like it's stopping the money.
Right, right,
There's no
right, right,
growth in the
right, right.
industry. Yeah, too much separation. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, like I learned about the business. You know what I mean, I love making music. Check my music out. I'm on everything. Check my names right there. My music is there too. But my music is from my heart. My music is my story. My music, I'm telling what I've been through. You know what I mean? If people want to listen and bump it, then hey, bump it. But I had my
Mm-hmm.
label meetings and whatnot. They said I need to get my numbers up, and I told them I'm not doing nothing dumb to get my numbers up. Am I lying? Yeah. Yeah, I met with two big major labels. You know what I mean? I had pictures up, I took them down. What I mean? I went to label, took pictures, talked to A&Rs. I had to pay to do it. You know what I mean? Because everything's paying money now. You know what I mean? So I had to break my bank. I just had my daughter, right? Yeah, I just had my daughter. You know what I mean? So I had to, I've been playing the date. You know what I mean? I had to perform in Brooklyn. I did a great show. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brooklyn Fest. They have every year. I did a great show, had a great performance. But I supposed to meet people. So I had to pay money to meet these people. And they basically told me, which is cool, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to even say their name because it's not important to say their names right now. Know what I mean? Because I ain't trying to give them no shout outs. You talented, you make good
Right.
music, but talent don't matter right now. You know what I mean? It's about your numbers. You know what I mean? How many people play the song. And the thing about that is there's tricks. You can play, there's so many tricks to get numbers up. There's farms. Everybody know about the farms. Everybody talking about numbers don't lie. Yes, numbers lie when they're digital. Now, I mean, you have no control over the numbers. Yes, numbers can lie. Now, I mean, so
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. So like the whole industry is a one way door. Now, I mean, it's hard to get into. So I just make music for the fun. But I love acting. Acting allows me to have experiences in life. I want to be real. But if somebody want to manage me because I don't have an exclusive manager yet, acting allows you to be different characters. Acting allows you to be somebody else. You know what I mean? Allows you to live somebody else's life. You know what I mean? I have limits to certain things I would do. Again, the LGBTQ community does have a monopoly on like parts and movies and stuff because they'd always hire for that. But I'm not ready to do that. You know what I mean? I just want to do stunts and acting, and I want to jump through windows and drive cars for people. I'll take some fake bullets for you. You know what I mean? In movies and say you heard me say fake bullets. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wanna act. You know what I mean? I wanna be a great actor like Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? And Michael B. Jordan. And a lot of people I can't name right now because again, like I said, I'm not a quote unquote dick rider type dude. I've been in group homes before the kid. It's hard to keep up with media and technology. I mean, really, right? It's hard to keep up with
Hmm.
media and mainstream name people when you've been in and out the system most of your life. So I know the main people, but I wanna act. You know what I mean? I want to be a better actor. If somebody want to be my mentor and help me be a better actor, I've been reaching out to people too. They don't want to holler at me like that. You know what I mean? I want to be better at my craft. Like I said, this is my rebirth for my life. This is my chance to live my life again. So I want to act.
Have you have you checked out Chantel D. Christopher?
I haven't
Just
any reference, reach out, but anybody told me to reach out to people, I reach out to certain people, and I haven't really got a reply. You know what I mean about certain groups. One of my
I'll give
stunt
you her
coordinator friends.
information.
Yeah, I had somebody in California refer me to our representation out there. They didn't reply back. I'm not mad at it. You know how it goes. When they ready to take you, you know what I mean? When they ready for you, they holler at you. They ready for you. So I keep working.
Hmm.
So if somebody just, that's what I'm saying. Like my ego isn't beyond my work ethnic, whatever I'm trying to say, ethic, right? I'm saying that right? Yeah, my ego doesn't
Yeah,
beat
work
that. You know what I
ethic.
mean? So yeah, my ego doesn't beat that. I know that I get mad sometimes. You know what I mean? Who don't get mad because you see somebody doing something you want to do? You know what I mean? But the thing is, I know if I keep working and keep trying my best and give my all, one day my time when it comes for me shine in the spotlight and do my thing. So I want to prepare for that time. I want to hate nobody for having their time. They having their time, they having their moment. They're gonna have it their way and they're gonna enjoy it. But when my time
Right,
comes,
right.
we're gonna have another interview. Yeah, we're gonna be on the Scoop Miss Farby. You're gonna be on. I don't know what network it's gonna be. You know what I mean, VH1 or something. You know what I mean, we're gonna be talking about. Oh, work, man. I'm like, yeah, you know how we talking, how it's gonna be happening. Yeah, because I know, right? Ever since you met me, right? I know. I cry about it. I do because I know it's gonna happen. I mean, and that's why you see me went from my past. You see how we went far from my past. Like you ask a question about anything, selling dope, robbing, books, educating, getting up on the mat. training had my heart broken. I mean, the whole molestation when I was younger and all the bastards that hurt me and all that stuff. Yeah, I could talk about that. And I mean, I talk about anything, but I want to focus on the future and what I want in my life. I want to see the
Right.
world. Yeah, like the thing I realized is a black man, period, and you being a black woman who went through what we went through, all we told is our block, my block. And then some of us get to see other things, and then we just watch them and admire them and live through them. I don't want to live through them. I feel me? I want to live through myself, you know what I mean, and have experience. I want to encourage other people to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it, I do realize I'm not knocking nobody again because I was the person that popped pills and smoked and all that. But the thing is you can smoke every day. What you find, we find a way to do that. We find the money to smoke every day. We find the money to drink every day. We find the money to do these little habits every day. You can find the money to go out from New York to Pennsylvania to the country. You know what I mean? On a ticket for like $30, $40. They had the bus there and go to the country. When people don't do that, the whole time I lived in New York City, I never hopped in the bus and then went to the country and then went to the park because it's the stuff we don't do. You know what I mean? We go to events, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, parties and go get lit with each other. We don't go see nature. You know what I mean? We don't go skydiving. We don't go swimming just to go swimming. You know what I mean? We always just want to be super strong and tough for each other, but we don't experience life. You know what I mean? Like when do we as a
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
in general? I'm gonna say it. Like yeah, and people joke about it, but when do we as a people gonna start actually hating on each other in some bad way and just let each other live the life we want to live? If somebody like comic books, if somebody want to, do the whole Yanni thing, you know what I mean? I don't know if you're into that, Miss Wisdom, you feel me? But I heard y'all want me to do this whole Yanni cleanse thing. If somebody want to do that, then go ahead and do that. That's cool. I don't know what it does, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, right,
Yes, I
right,
do.
right. See, there we
Mm-hmm.
go. I don't know what it is, but it's a whole new age world. I'm saying like, while us as a
Well,
culture is, your fault.
well, let me say something real quick. The whole yoni cleanse is nothing new. This has been going on for centuries,
I'm,
actually.
I'm,
It just became
I'm not ignorant to
popular,
it.
I guess, again, as this whole woke conscious thing came
I'm
about.
ignorant to it,
So it
yeah.
became, yeah, so it's something that's been going on for centuries where a woman will cleanse themselves, with herbs and so forth and steam. And you don't always have to put the steam inside the herbs to cleanse yourself. The steam alone will help that
They gonna
process.
drop it that
But
wisdom.
naturally a woman cleanses herself regardless to steam and herb, but the steaming and the herb process is best when a woman has a child, you know. That's like the best time to do that whole yoni
I didn't,
cleanse and all that stuff
no, I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh,
like that.
shit.
But these women do it a little bit too much though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. See that you touch base on what I'm about to say. That's the thing about our culture. It's we usually watch other people do things that we had first, like you said, that we had first. Obviously, it had to be a culture that we had a long time ago. It sounds like
Mm-hmm.
something that somebody ethnically did, but now it's new to us, so we do it excessively. You know what I mean? And that's the thing
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. A lot of things come to the urban community late. You know what I mean, it's not that we don't
Mm-hmm.
see it. It's not that it's not available to us. That we always think that it's dumb, or I'm not going to try this out because people gonna laugh at me if I try this out. It's like if you want to try it out, if it's something you want to experience, you should go at it. You should go ahead and try it out. If it's not going to hurt nobody
Mm-hmm.
else, go ahead and have that experience. You want to learn something new about yourself, or give yourself some type of enlightenment in your life. It shouldn't take a group of people to help you reach enlightenment, to be quote unquote woke. Like you said, yeah, like everybody
Mm-hmm.
want to be woke, so I'm gonna be woke. Why don't you be woke by yourself?
Yeah, right in the Zach, right in the Zach. It
Yeah.
takes sometimes it just a lot of people just bandwagon riders. They like to ride the wagon. Everyone else doing it, so they won't do it. Everybody want to steam the yoni, so I want to steam my yoni too. This guy want to go get his nipple pierced, so I'm gonna go get my nipple pierced too because all of them getting their
what?
nipple pierced. I'm just
What
saying
is
that's just kind of what
what?
they be doing. Like everybody want to
What?
copy everybody, like instead of just I'm just saying, no, I don't know. Like, but so
Yo,
I understand what you're saying, though.
Miss Fire,
I
I had to
do.
go. Yo, Miss Fire, I had to go get my sweatpants online from Champs. I went to like 4 different stores, right, babe?
Oh God, yeah, we went to what? Chance, Foot Locker.
Malls, different malls, and everything.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yo, what's all with these jogger things that's hugging my legs? I'm like, I can't breathe in these pants. I'm like, yo, my pants
Mm,
have to have some under. You feel me? I have to put some room in
I,
my pants.
check this
I'm
out.
me.
Check this out, King. I just made a post like a few days ago about that. Like, I'm not understanding how. I don't know how these guys are walking around with pants so tight they just hugging their balls. Like I'm like, why are them pants so daggone tight? Like what for what? their thighs is tight, their calves is tight, everything's just tight, like they got on stretch pants or something like that, like they done went into their little sister closet and then put on their clothes. And I'm like, them pants has
Some
got to be
did.
tight, like it's just like
Somebody
it's
did.
all
Some
stuck
did.
in between their crotch and their nuts is just hugging like you know what I mean? Like, can it breathe? Are you gonna get a yeast infection? Look like they can get a yeast
No, they
infection. If they
can't.
had a vagina, they would definitely
That,
be woof. Like, I'm
see,
like, this
I'm
doesn't
gonna
make
use
any sense.
I'm gonna use the term metrosexual because when it comes to like hygiene, because I'm extra clean with hygiene. You feel me? Like I do steams and I go
But
to
you don't
the
have
steam
to be
baths and
metrosexual to be
no.
clean.
See, that's the thing. That's a term people use. I heard the term because
Yeah.
people like
Oh
I can't
yeah.
hear my body yet. The term, but this is the thing about it. The thing that I said comfortable by saying it because this is the thing about it. Dudes started, basically wearing girl clothes and purses and like skinny jeans. I don't do that. I don't dress like that. Like I'll do my adult dressing like with blazers on. I wear a suit with a tie. Know what I mean, some shoes that's form fitting. I wear some fitting jeans, but they won't be like they fit like fit jeans. I don't wear tight jeans, no tight clothes. I'm fit. They look kind of weird if I'm kind of big and my jeans is hugging my body because I'm muscular. So I don't dress like that. The thing about it is, again, extra masculinity. It's weird that, in a culture, again, urban community, you know what I mean? You have some women and men who the whole terminology of, oh, this is like, a gay thing, but pick certain cultures, like pick which one thing, I'm trying to say, pick which thing is and which thing isn't. Like holding the purse, you know what I mean? Real, holding the purse real tough, but tell somebody else that's gay. How do you do that? You know what I mean, Miss Harvey? Like that type of mindset I'm trying to say, simplify it. You're holding the purse, but you're telling somebody else that's gay. How? You feel me? There's
The
no
man holding the
distinguishing.
purse or the
Yeah, the
female.
man holding the purse. The man holding the
Yeah,
purse and telling somebody.
it's an feminization. These guys are effeminate as hell. Like, they've been effeminized. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And they running up in their
It's
grandma's
bad.
old stuff and stealing pocketbooks and stuff and just doing a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff like they shouldn't even be doing. They're a man. They need to be a man. Like
That's what
leave
I'm
them
saying.
little.
Like,
But a lot of
yeah,
but a lot of these I don't know what you would call these men because they say they're not homosexual. But a lot of these men say, "Hey, well, our ancestors did it." Well, I want you to point out my ancestor that did that, and tell me which one of your ancestors were walking around with a purse wrapped around his chest. And because they like to blame it and say, "Oh, they was doing it before," but even if they
you know
was
what?
doing it
Cause
before, it still wasn't cute then. And that's
kind
something that the Greeks brought in. Our ancestors weren't walking around with no daggone purses and no skirts on and stilts and all that.
you know it's weird. It's weird, and then people trying to say things like that. See, the thing about people trying to say culture things, like the only time I can say, because you can remember your memory. Only time I'm trying to say, I see any picture of anybody holding a statue like that would be if they was picking berries. You know what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm,
something like that.
mm-hmm.
You feel me? Or doing some type of work. But it wasn't just walking around like that. That's what I'm trying to say. And that was, like you said, outdated. Time changed. Time changed.
Mm-hmm,
So do
mm-hmm,
you want
mm-hmm.
time to change or do you want to go backwards? I mean, like I said, to each their own. But yeah, you're right. It's just weird. I said I can't get jiggy with this shit. Like that's what I can say. Like to each their own. I mean, somebody like you say, like I can't say nothing bad about it because I take the pictures. But it's like, why somebody judging you for taking the picture when they're holding the purse? I mean, I feel some type of way about me trying to be confident and sexy as a person. Now I mean, I'm doing certain things, but you hold the purse. Now you hear me? That's what I'm trying to say. Remember how I go back to
Mm-hmm.
that? You feel me? Like I'm taking a picture because I do art. I'm a creative person. This is what I do for my job, and I'm trying to
You're
establish
a
my brand.
model. You're a model. You're an
I,
actor. You
I've
do
been paid
several
for it.
things.
I've been paid for it. That's why I say it's not just something I'm doing. Like you see me posting top product placement, top promotions. I really have different influencing agencies I work with and trying to get my brand, established more. It's very frustrating because like I said, it happens when it happens, but I'm doing my best to make it happen by myself with the help of my lady by my side as best as I can. You feel me? But like I said
Mm-hmm.
again,
Shout out to your queen. Shout out to her
yeah, I
for
do that. She
standing on
cool, you
your
know what I
back
mean?
with the baby and doing all that
Yeah, doing
extra
the push
stuff.
ups, doing the push ups.
Yeah, that's what you
Oh,
was doing. I didn't
yeah.
know exactly what you was doing. I was just like, she's standing on his back. Like, I don't know, with the
I want to
baby.
show people I'm real strong because I am. I'm very strong.
Okay.
I do like that's another thing that I want to teach the community that we could do drugs and party hard because I did it. Like I party hard. I did a lot of drugs. You know what I mean? And once I decided to stop doing it, you had to find something else to focus on. You have to. You know what I mean? Because there's that empty space in your life. So fitness took over my addiction. So fitness allows me to be more confident. Like I don't want to go beat nobody up. I get my attitude sometimes. I feel the type of way, but no, I don't want to go hurt nobody. I don't want to lose control where I disrespect my teachers. Shout out to Coach Karinga and the people at the gym, Coach Mike Lee and them, who taught me, because like that respect my trainers. I fight when I'm on the mat. I fight organized. I train when I'm training. Other than that, I'm not out here trying to beat nobody, prove a point to nobody. I learned that confidence by going to the gym and learn how to fight.
Right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
proud of you. You
Yeah.
done a lot. You
You
done,
cool.
and I'm just proud of you. I'm proud of, like I said, all of your
I'm sipping from my
accolades,
cup.
and it's all good. I just want you to continue to inspire other people, especially these young
Thanks for
Black
having me.
brothers out here. You know what I mean? Because they need that inspiration. They need to know that there is a possibility, and there is light at the end of every dark tunnel. There's light,
That's the
and it's
goal.
not going to stay dark forever. As long as they keep pushing and doing what they got to do, they'll get up out of that dark place.
Miss Faria, can I ask something to that, Miss
Yes.
Faria? See, that's the thing about
Go
it.
ahead.
See, you can't find your own path when you're walking in a group. See, I'm not saying a group from the culture, because that's the problem. Every time you're a Black person, man or woman, and you want to do something that's not aligned with everybody else, you sold out. You're doing something wrong. But we all have to walk our own path in this world. Everybody has
Your
to walk their
own
own path.
journey. You have your own journey.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it in a group, because when you're in a group, your paths cross. You know, right? Your paths cross. So whatever happens to the other person is gonna happen to you, regardless of how much you don't want it to happen. So if you want to go on your own journey, unless that person is doing exactly what you want to do, and they can not go dedicated to improving and changing, you have to leave and be on your own. And that's the one thing that in our culture we don't do. We talk bad about each other sometimes and hate on each other. We're still there. Notice that is weird. We talk so much hate towards each other and so much hatred towards each other. We still around
Mm-hmm.
each other doing the same thing in a cycle all the time. You know what I mean? And that's what we somehow we all of us need to break that cycle and lift each other up. Now I mean, youngest, oldest, the younger generation hating the youngest. They so stupid, they doing this, but what are you doing? Why are they doing what they doing? Are you doing it with them? Are
Right.
you stopping them from doing it? You know what I mean? Like you contribute. I mean, real, like we have to, like, somehow along the way we have to want better for ourselves than help better for each other. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Absolute. Absolute. Correct. It starts with self. The shit starts with you. And I think you figured that out. You know, for
I'm
real.
ready to go as far as you've been driving wisdom in June. I'm happy you had me. You can have me to show you anytime you want to.
Yes,
Any references you have to me, reach out. Feel free to.
I
Everything you heard
definitely
me,
will.
everything you heard me say I do for my business, I really do. And because of the interactions with you, feel free to reach out anytime. Now I mean, I got you. Now I mean, because that's what I do. I enjoy what I do. And like I said again, thanks for having me.
Yes, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. I hope that some people have learned some things from you, got some insight on the industry, and this is what you came on the show for, just to let
Yeah.
everyone know about Khing Jus Wurk. You feel me? So they know, and maybe I'll have you on again in the future, after you done
Well,
speak.
the next big thing you see me do, all you gotta do is reach out. I'm on the show. I'm being real.
And what is the next big thing you got going on? Can you tell us?
I'm trying to find management. I mean, I'm trying to say, like,
Management.
yeah, that's the hardest thing for me to find. Like, I don't know why, but I really need somebody to take that load off of me, so I can focus on other things. Like, I want it. I don't need it. I did it myself for a long time. I don't want to do the business side of the business no more. I want to be a creative and
I
focus
got
on being
you.
creative.
I got you.
I
We'll chop it up after this part, after everything. We'll chop it up and everything. If anybody wants to reach out to him, there's his website. I put his information and scrolled across quite a few times. I'll do it one more time so y'all can pick that up right quick while he online with us. That's his information for Instagram. He does respond to people. He interacts. So if you want to holler at him, just go holler at him. But he does have a
right.
woman, so chill out. Okay. Um,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So he got a woman, so respect that. And he's not homosexual, y'all. So y'all men chill out too. Don't go up in his DM with all
Flattery
that
ain't gonna
mess.
get you nowhere. flattery, but it
Yeah.
doesn't get you anywhere.
All right, now, so it was great having you on,
Thanks for
and I
having me,
look
Zari.
forward to talking to you again.
Peace,
And
Queen.
it's a wrap. Peace.
Peace, Queen.
It's the scoop with, it's the scoop with, Spy React. Go off.